Hello everyone, Mishling's back here with Super Mario Galaxy, in this episode also known as Tempting Fate. Now I will say it right here because I feel like Tempting Fate. I can almost do this level in my sleep. And it is considered one of the hardest in the game, if not the hardest. On my personal scale of things, it only ranks barely if at all in the top 10. Boulder Geist, Daredevil Run. And I know I am setting myself up for so much freaking failure, but I don't care. Now see, the hard part about this level, which I think most people have with it, is that the Boulder Geist is slightly luck-based in that, you know, you need to get the boo bombs in the right place, and he's kind of hard to... Like, when the hands come up, I mean, this first stage is easy. It's practically nothing. But when the hands come up, you start to run into a lot of situations where you're swinging the booze into his hand. Okay, every time I say booze, it sounds like I'm talking about alcohol and not plural of the ghosts in Mario Brothers. I know. It's just funny, and I notice it as I'm saying this. But yeah, a lot of times, like, when this later part, when the hands come up, you have a lot of situations in which... There we go. I was doing that to make sure... See that black one that came up? I was making sure that that rock came up, because that way I knew I would have another boo and he wouldn't do something like put out those stalagmites. Yeah, I believe those are I believe the ones attached to the bottom are stalagmites. I'm not entirely sure. But I think so. 90% sure. But anyway, I wanted to make sure there weren't more of those out there, because they make getting around here kind of difficult. And they can kind of, you know, you need mobility in this against this boss, because the most important part really is about dodging these rocks. And if you're not very mobile, you're not going to be able to dodge the rocks very well. But see, I mean, his punches, those punches are like, hey, he gives you all the freaking time in the world. Take it. I don't know. This is just... I've done this boss battle so many times. It's reached the point that There we go. There you go. There you go. There's Daredevil Boulder Geist. When I first saw it, the first time I ever saw this fight, somebody was talking about how difficult it was, and I watched it and thought, huh, that's not that bad. And the first time I tried it, it took me 6 tries. But ever since then, it's never taken me more than 2. But anyway, I got this beaten, and I got the star. And continuing on in Ghostly Galaxy, we have the secret mission. Now remember the thing I pointed out in a very spooky sprint? Yep, and I'm just skipping past that screen because you've seen it already. There we go. I misjudged where the star was. Yeah, that stalagmite up there. You can just backflip jump up here. This one lead you to a bonus mission, which is kind of weird because they make an entire galaxy out of this later. Not a full galaxy, one of those smaller ones. But notice this here, how I can only see a certain part of this floor? Yeah. Basically, here is the gimmick to this part. If you can't see it, it doesn't exist. Even if there is floor there, if you can't see it, it does not exist. And you'll fall through and you'll die. So you want to, whoa, not go that way? Oh, you go this way. Yeah. Forgetful person playing video game. Hey, you're the one watching. I didn't make you watch this. If you think I'm being an idiot, well, it's your fault for what? Well, it's my fault for being an idiot, but no one's forcing you to watch me. Let me put it that way, because it is my fault that I'm stupid sometimes. Oh my god. I have not felt that more than I have in this recording session. Oh my god. It was... This is... To put this in perspective, I started recording this with part 13. Yeah. That failure on the Stone Cyclone thing. Yeah, bonus mission-ish thing. Anyway, let's start going upwards here. Because... No, don't go up against the wall like that. That's not what I'm trying to do. What's in here? coin. It's worth all that trouble for a coin? No, it's not. Let's see. Here's a key. Here's a key. No, I'm not going to sing that song from the, what, Haunted Mansion movie or whatever. I am just... I don't even know. But there's a key, opens the door, and... Open, let me get this. Thank you. And I got... the star. And because I have yet again forgotten what these galaxies are, because I don't check anything before I start recording, which is exactly what I tell people not to do. I need to follow my own advice. We get to go to Buoy Base Galaxy. Ah, yes, this is certainly interesting. Do we get to do those now? I think we do. Yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about in a bit. So, Buoy Base Galaxy, kind of, you know, one of those one-off galaxies we have here. The pointer will... the floating fortress. Since my pointer is finally deciding to cooperate, we have the floating fortress. Which is pretty much exactly what they say it is. It's a fortress and it's floating. So... and cool music, too. Again, I don't need to say that. That is this entire game. So... now... we go down here. I'm just going to say something that I kind of should only hint at, but I'm going to say this. Because I don't know what... I don't remember which is which, but this is the only of these one-off galaxies that has a secret star mission. So, I'm going to, just kind of do one, and then whatever, whichever one I end up doing is the one I end up doing. And wait, why am I going back up here? Because I think I might be doing the secret one, actually. I don't recall. But that pipe. You go down, break the thing open for the pipe, and if you can get over the camera being bizarre, it takes you up to the top. And I did the missions in the wrong order. Fun! But anyway. Oh, cool. Don't fall back in. Bullet bill freaking. Whew. He's gonna catch me. Nope, he didn't. Okay. But here, I do kind of need one of these guys. Freaking, I should... okay. Bullet bills. Come back over here. Let's... break the... yes! Break the gate. Not the gate! It's not a freaking gate! It's a cage! It's a cage! I don't get it! Why do I keep calling it a gate? Anyway, we're going to collect it because now we get a freaking green star! You rescued a green power star. These stars have a special power. Ask the green Lumas about them. After all, they will transform into green power stars soon. These are not green stars, anything like what is in Super Mario Galaxy 2. This thing here, green launch star. Well, like she said, these Lumas will become these green power stars one day. And at some point in the future, this will become important. And going back to Buoy Base Galaxy to finally do what I was supposed to do in the first place, the floating fortress. So, I kind of thought I'd end up doing them backwards because I don't know why, I just kind of usually do when I'm playing this part. I don't honestly know. It's just, they're not, to me, since you have to go over here to get the bullet bill, I would think the first one I see is over there. Now, I think the opening cinematic thing hints at this thing, but I don't honestly remember, and I think I caused the game to start lagging. And you destroy that, and everything raises up. Oh, physics, physics, physics. Which, I mean, I guess if you can consider that they kind of broke off the anchor, maybe, but that's not really what it looks like they did there. I'm not entirely sure. I'm just going to leave the physics out of it this time, because this is Mario. It pays about as much attention to physics as an analogy I'm not quite sure I know how to make, so that just kind of went nowhere. That was metaphor gotten. you could say. I know, I spend way too much time on TV tropes. Yeah, I'm back up here and I forgot to start talking. Now these guys, the ones with my pointer is on, you know, they're obviously meant to be based on Flood, which I thought the kickback from Mario Sunshine was so bad that they wouldn't have done it, but you know what? Sunshine's a better game than people gave it credit for. And that's been said to death by people other than and more influential than me. So you know what? I'm not gonna come back and be its advocate. And yes, this guy, he acts as a spring, which sure, I buy it. Now we gotta do again the frickin' blue star chips. One of these days, hopefully before I finish the LP, I'm going to go through and either through the wiki or through combing videos, hopefully through the wiki so that I don't have to watch through this entire series to figure it out. I'm going to count how many of every single type of collectible in the game you need to get in order to get 100%. Including the star chips and star bits and Star Wars and Julius Caesar and all his pen pals and like Thomas Jeff. What am I? What? See, that's what happens when you just kind of turn off your brain. Not even the mental filter in my brain, just my brain. I start to, well, sound like an idiot. I guess that when you are I guess that now that I've gotten to about, I'm almost a third of the way through the game. Now that I've gotten to this point, I just can't have a video without catastrophic failures to some extent, or maybe even more like a quarter of the way through the game, because a catastrophic failure in every video started with part 12, which, just to give you an idea of recording ahead of time, I still haven't even edited part 12. As of recording. Freaking George! Oh my god. So much difficulty and I haven't even gotten all 5 of the star chips. Where's the other? Oh. I think the other one's actually up on that, by that green guy up there. Yep. Other one's up there, and there's an extra life, but you know what? I don't care. Here we go. Finally, pull start. All that for one frickin' pull start. 2. Well, excuse me, princess. Why I decided to say that now, well, I do know. But part of it is just me being an idiot. So, was the answer here Yep. You jump on top of that guy, unscrew the screw, and it opens up to a frickin' Pokeball. What am I saying, frickin' Pokeball? I love Pokemon. But I'm here playing Mario, so you know what? Star! So, after what turned out to be a more interesting than expected episode, for not the reason I thought it was, and in what's kind of just, you know, a more interesting recording session than I expected. This is Mishlings here with Super Mario Galaxy, and I will see you guys next time.